Hi, I'm going to show you how to set up a basic render and how to apply a material onto an object. Then I'm going to show you how to import it, the SQL images into Premiere in a format. All right, so the first thing what I need to do here is to set up a basic project in my app because I want to know where my images are being rendered to and where my scene is saved to. So I click this project window right here, and right now it's going to be saved into a folder that I created on my F drive, and I have made a specific folder called Maya. So I'm gonna hit here, new, it says new, and I'll call it awesome project. And hit accept. The next thing I want to do is save my folder. As soon as I hit save, this will give me up right here on the time bar or bar up here, what says where my scenes are located. So I hit save as, and I call it all this to default. Now you can see here, this is where my scenes are being saved to. So I want to put a object in here to animate, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And on my timeline here, W for move, I'm going to hit S for a keyframe. I'm going to move frame here, and I'm going to move also animate like this and hit S. Now I have a simple. Okay. Next thing I need to do now is I want to put a material onto an object. And the easiest way to do this is hovering over your object and right clicking. And then I move my mouse down to assign new material. Let go of your mouse, and right here it says Arnold. Click Arnold. Then right here it says AI standard surface. For this class, we always been using this AI standard surface. So right here, if I want to click AI standard surface, and if you don't see this, you can hit Control A to pop up here. So in my presets, I'm going to add a copper and hit place. And now I want to put a dome light in here. If I don't have a light in the scene, my render is not going to work. Beautiful black screen. So I want to go into Arnold lights and sky dome light. And now I have a sky dome light in the scene. So I'm going to add an HDRI texture to it, where you can get from Polyhaven or anywhere else on the web. So I'll click the checkerboard right here. Make sure it says color, checkerboard. Then over here, and then I'm going to click file right here. Right here it says image name. Click the folder right here. And I'm going to go to my, where I save all my HDRI images. So I'm going to go to here. Right here, I'm going to use outdoor. And I'm just going to pick here. Create one. Open. Here we can see HDR image sphere here. So the next thing here, what I want to do now is add a camera. I can render directly from my perspective view, but it's always nice to have set up a camera. So create camera here. Then I can move the camera to the scene. here. And then to look through the camera, I want to go to Panels, Perspective, and hit Camera right. Now I am looking through the camera, which we can see right here. This camera Z direction. And I'll turn on my illusion gate right here. So this allows me frames to look. So I click on my object. Play. Play. Animation. And now I'm going to test render right here. Arnold. Test it. And it's syncing. And there's my ball right here. Render. If I don't want the background to show up right here, right? If you hit render, you saw as this background here. If I don't want that, I can go select my dome down, take this down to 0, auto render. I don't have that background. Still see the reflection. Oh. But for this rendering, I want to see the background. To set up your rendering, you want to go to your render setup, and the easiest way to go to render setup is by clicking folder right here, Clapper with gear on here. Or if you don't see this, you can just hit your workspace, modeling to modeling standards, or if you still don't see it, you can go to Windows, Rendering, then Rendering Setting. So the first thing here, what I want to do now is change my image format for this assignment. JPEG, PNG. Can't use TIFF because Premiere doesn't support that. Kodak. Or if you do want to use TIFF, you can use After Effects. Or this assignment is probably easier to just use JPEG or PNG. And if you use PNG and change to 16, then you can get the background. But for this assignment, this rendering assignment, I want to use JPEG. So next thing here, what you want to do here is go to your frame animation extension. And what Premiere will recognize easily is the name. So each image sequence will be named ball underscore the number of the frame JPEG. All your 10 images sequence will be that. So like that. And then you can see here just a number of frames. So here, 1, 10, 10. Down. And here says renderable camera. I am rendering through camera 1 right here. So I would change that. Camera 1. And here's the size. I want to change this to 1080. That's what I'm rendering. That's for the assignment. 1080 by 1920 width. And that is the basic setup for the rendering. So I'm going to close this out. And I'm going to render this. And what I like to do, I like to click here, script editor. And this allows me to see each frame is being rendered. So, but it's not required, but I've been doing this for, I don't know, many years. So I'm going to render and then hit, I have the option to hit here. I have multiple CPUs, which I don't on this computer. So I'm just going to hit batch render. So now So now we can see that my is rendering. Sometimes it takes a little time to think because it's setting up the most likely caching out the film light or the HDRI, which is converting to a text file. All right. Now you can see that it is done, and we can see it here, just confirming that format that is this right here. It says out extension name underscore frame extension JPEG. So, or I just want to show that. And next, I want to do now is I'm going to import into Premiere. Here we can see I have Premiere. Import desequence images. I import and F drive folder, and right here it says custom project. And then here is the images saved. Here. So I'm going to click the first one. Then I'm going to make sure that I click this image sequence. If you don't click this, it only will import. So I click the first one, make sure that is clicked. Open. Then you can see here 10 seconds. Not 10 seconds. And we can see when I hit my awesome. And that is how you basic setup rendering in Maya and how to set up a basic rendering and adding a simple material. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.